Welcome to How Ines Rolls. We're about to be going as a family over to a friend's house, and I am going to be taking a super yummy dessert. It is called an Oreo dirt cake, and it's good for the kids. They're really gonna love it. So let me show you what we need to do to get started. So first off, I got a store brand cake mix. Totally easy. I'll be preparing it as it says to do it on the packaging. So just follow the directions. And this one is a dark fudge, dark chocolate fudge. That's what the recipe called for because we want everything to look like dirt. So everything's gonna be nice and dark. It's gonna be rich in taste, and I can't wait to have some. You're also gonna need a couple of boxes of pudding mix. They recommended the Hershey's dark chocolate, but if you can't find dark chocolate, I think regular chocolate would be just fine as well. You can't forget we need some Oreos. I got double stuffed, but again, you could choose probably any ones you would like in the chocolate family. I got some Cool Whip and hot fudge topping. Now, doesn't all of this just sound divine? I mean, really. And then we need some milk for the puddings. But you guys, it's that easy. So first off, let's make a cake. So I have all of my ingredients to mix in here. So easy. And then we're going to put it in a greased 9x13, bake it at 350 for about 30 minutes. But one important part I forgot to show you, I got gummy worms. I just think the kids will love it. Kids and adults alike. I know I will love it. I know Paul won't be able to eat this because of the breading, but I did make him some pudding cups, and I'm actually taking some extras because I know some of our friends are doing the Weight Watchers. So that way they can kind of keep track of their points if they want to, or Paul could eat them. So let me get this mixed in and going, and then we'll go from there. Okay, we'll see this in 30 minutes, and then I'll show you what we need to do after that. So this just came out of the oven. It's nice and hot, but we're just gonna let it cool for 10 minutes, and then we're gonna poke some holes in it. And then I'll show you what we're gonna do next. But don't you just love, okay, so box cakes are box cake mix, but what's gonna go on top of this is gonna give it a super yummy and different like toppings and all of that good stuff, so that this kind of, it's gonna amp it up a whole lot, this cake mix. So it's gonna be so good, you guys. So let me get this on the counter. It's kind of hurting, not really hurting, but it's a little warm on my hands. So let's get this cooling for 10 minutes. Okay, so it's been 10 minutes. So I'm just going to take the end of this wooden spoon and just poke a bunch of holes in it. Let me get a pot holder to keep it still. So those holes are going to allow for something to be absorbed into it. And I'll show you what we're gonna pour on top of this. It's gonna be delicious. I think that's good. I'm gonna melt down some of this hot fudge chocolate. It's gonna be so good. So we're gonna be using most of this on top of here. And so we're just going to let it just get into all of those little grooves. It's going to be very satisfying. I'll bring you closer. So it only took about a minute or so to get this nice and thinned out. So we're just gonna pour it on, you guys. Oh, yes. I feel like there should be like super slow motion and like romantic music. So we're gonna use most of this, and I'm just gonna smear it. I'm gonna use a spatula and spread it around. And get that chocolate into even more chocolate. I will say that of all of my favorite combinations, I just love chocolate with chocolate and more chocolate. Like, you cannot overdo chocolate to me. I'm just funny like that. And it's okay, like, see how it kind of pulled up a little bit right there? It's okay, we're covering it. It's gonna be great. So that is it, you guys. We're just gonna let this come now to room temperature. It shouldn't take too long, maybe about an hour, and then we will continue the process. Well, it didn't take an hour for it to cool down, which I thought it kind of was going to take that long, but yay, it's been about 30 minutes or so. So we're just going to go from here. So I'm going to start making one of these pudding packets, and we're going to put another layer on top of this cake. As if it couldn't get more chocolatier, it's going to. So I am just going to use my immersion blender for this one. It's just going to take 1 3/4 cups, which is, this is pretty easy. Let me know in the comments if you have an immersion blender. I actually love this this utensil, so to say. I love blenders, but this is like, it gets right, like good for smoothies if you're, you know, if it's not too frozen. But it's so easy to use. So we're just gonna do this for about a minute or so, and then I'm gonna pour it on top of the cake before it sets, the pudding. So now we're just going to get this into those little holes if there's some poking through, but it's just gonna get another good layer of chocolate. I'm just gonna use my spatula. So easy. This is kind of like a poke cake. If you want to look up some recipes for some different variations of poke cake. Even I have a good coconut one on my channel. And a pumpkin one, I believe. Yes. So now I'm going to put this in the fridge. And then we're going to start on another layer. As if this couldn't get even higher. It's going to. Let's get this in the fridge. So while I have that in the refrigerator, I'm going to start on the second pudding. And then I'm going to get that into the refrigerator as well. Because I want this one to set in this bowl here. So again, 1 3/4 cups of milk. And then we're just gonna blend, and then I'll put this quickly into the refrigerator. So easy, you guys, and back into this immersion blender we go. Okay, so this is gonna go back into the fridge. This is just gonna set. So give it about 5 or so minutes, and then I'm gonna start crushing up some Oreos. So you're gonna take about 2/3 of a package. This one's a bigger package, so I only used 2 rows. So I used about 1 row and 3/4 of these Oreos and smash them up. Ta-dow. So I am ready to put this into this with some Cool Whip as soon as this sets. So let me get this in the fridge. All right, just pulled this out. It's nice and chilly. Just gonna add some Cool Whip, and then I'm gonna add the crushed up Oreos. So easy. Let me know in the comments if you like the Cool Whip, or are you more of a whipped cream from the can kind of person. I will say I think I prefer the Cool Whip, but you can't have Cool Whip totally on ice cream. It doesn't really work that way. I mean, I guess it could work, but I think the spray one is better. Okay, you guys, so this is it. We're just gonna get this in, and then we're gonna put it on top of the cake. So good. Now it is time to marry them together. I'll bring it closer. Okay, so I just heated up whatever was left, because remember I left a little bit in here, and then I'm just gonna try to do a little drizzle. Maybe I should have melted it more, but this is okay. This will work. And then I smashed up a few more Oreos, and you guys, this is it. This is gonna be the best dessert ever in my eyes. So it will just go back into the refrigerator just to continue to let it set. And we're gonna have to go and put some of those gummy worms on it. And then we're just going to add some of these little gummy worms in here. The kids are gonna love this. And this is why I even did this one, is because I knew that it would make it perfect for the kiddos. Look how sweet this is. I cannot wait to have a slice. Now, the recipe says that it is enough for 15 servings. So we'll see how many we get. This would be a perfect cake to get your kids in the kitchen to help you make it. It is so easy. I don't really think you can go wrong with it. And I think even for kids that are cooking and starting their cooking, this is a really good one for them to do and to try on their own, don't you think? So thanks so much for stopping by. We're gonna be taking this over to the Phillips, and I know that the kids are gonna love it. I'm gonna love it. You could probably even put some more whipped cream on top if you want, or serve it with some ice cream. Just all of it is gonna be so good. So again, thanks so much for stopping by. Give the video a thumbs up and stick around, rollers. You just never know what I'll be rolling out next. Bye, everyone.